So, good evening, children, and welcome to another amazing episode of Inspiring Young Minds. We are at session 23, and it's very exciting because next week is the week we've been waiting for a very long time. And I've started getting your entries. I'm super happy about it, and I'm also waiting to see much more entries, and we're having we're sorting all of that out, and it's looking very nice. And I am very happy. We have traveled almost around 6 months with each other, and it feels very nice, right? And today we are going to talk about a very important topic. Okay, it's called self-confidence. And with no further ado, I'm going to go ahead with the topic. Okay, Kuti. So we're going to talk about the topic called self-confidence, and we are at Inspiring Young Minds session 23, and let's get started, right? So what is self-confidence? Now, when you self means ourself, right? Confidence means feeling very nice, feeling bold when some situations come, like maybe you're at school or you're at a birthday party and they're asking you to sing. So you'll feel some person will immediately go and sing, right? Where the others will feel a little shy. So when people ask them to dance, then some people will immediately dance, whereas some people will feel a little shy. And similarly, when they ask you to talk or do any activities, right? So some people will do it readily, whereas others will take a little time, will hesitate, and after a little poking or coaxing, that is when they will start working on it. So self-confidence is an attitude about your skills and abilities, and it means that you accept and trust yourself and you have a good sense of control of your life. There is something called the SWOT principle, SWOT. S stands for our strength. We should know where our strength lies. Now, some people are very good at talking, some people are good at writing. So our expressions could be different. Like when you talk, it's more of your verbal expression. When you're writing, it is more of your non-verbal expression. So you should know what is your strength. And you should also know what your weakness is. Now, why should we know our weakness? See, we should know our weakness because others should not take advantage of us. They should not make us feel vulnerable, right? And we should always have a very positive outlook of ourselves. Now, why do we need a positive outlook? Because it is very important for us to understand how we need to move ahead with life. And people who have very low self-confidence often have errors in thinking. They feel like they're not good enough, they feel somebody else is better than them and all that kind. And you need to set realistic expectations and goals, and you need to be able to communicate comfortably and assertively. Now what does assertively means what you're trying to say, you should say it very clearly and very precisely. And if somebody says, oh, this is what you're doing and it's not right, you should be able to handle criticism also. See, not always in life we will all be right, correct? So when somebody is trying to say that, this is wrong, then we try to handle ourselves better, right? And self-confidence is a feeling of trust. Now, we have to have trust in our own abilities. Now, for example, let's say somebody is telling, come, let's have a challenge. Let's have a race. Okay. Then you should not think, oh, I can't run, or even if I run, I won't get first place. And, others will laugh at me and things like that. So you should have a trust that it's okay, even if I come second or third or last also, but I should be able to do it. It is like, can I become better than what I was yesterday? And you have to develop your qualities and your judgment. And children, especially when you have a healthy sense of self-confidence, you are able to first feel nice about yourself, and then You also know that, you deserve respect, and you can also give respect to others. Now, this is very important, because when I give you examples later, you will understand. When you are self-confident, you will want to help others. Imagine there is some friend of yours who has, not completed their work, and after you finished, you can always go and help them out. You can also emphasize your strength. That's also important. You can build in your self-image. You can achieve your goal, and you can take a little risks, that you can, come out of your comfort zone. It's not always nice to work only within the comfort zone. You should step out. So every time when you step out, it makes you feel a lot more confident. So that is very important again. Now, self-confidence comes from two very important things. One is self-esteem, and the other is self-efficacy. Now, what is self-efficacy? Efficacy means when I'm doing a work, I'm doing it well. So that is self-efficacy. And what is self-esteem? Is when you feel very nice about yourself. Like suppose you're wearing your birthday dress. It's your birthday today, and wearing your dress. When you look at the mirror, you feel very nice. You feel, oh, I'm looking very nice. It's suiting me. This color looks good at me, and I'm looking good. You will feel a lot more confident. So that is very important. So self-esteem and self-efficacy is very, very important. Now, when you look at the other parameters of being self-confident, when you have a positive mindset, when you take risks, when you achieve goals, when you build your self-image, when you emphasize your strength and help others, you get your self-confidence. Now, what do you mean by self-image? Self-image means you first write down what you're good at, okay, or what all you know. For example, let's say you know how to speak Tamil, and then you know also how to speak English. Now imagine somebody knows how to speak Hindi also, and imagine another person says, oh, I know how to cook. Some says, oh, I know how to paint. So when you know a lot of things, you'll feel very nice, and that's how you improve or build up your self-image. So there are three different types of self-esteem. You have one is inflated self-esteem. Some people like, to be heard like, oh, you're the best, you're good and all that. It's like more of a gundaism, right? When you have certain boss kind of people or a bully kind of people in school or in college, you will see them, they're always surrounded by people. And they'll be like, people will say, oh, you're good, you're best, even if they are not. So that is what is inflamed or inflated self-esteem, what it means. Low self-esteem means they don't feel very nice about themselves. They feel like, they're not all that great. If somebody says, hey, you're looking very good in today's dress, they will say, oh, really? Oh, this dress is not that great, this color is faded, or they'll say something which they don't want to accept compliments. And high self-esteem means, they feel very proud of themselves, they feel very confident, even the way they sit, even their posture is very important. See, like, you have your shoulders, you sit erect, you keep your face high, and you walk with a confidence, you walk very strongly and fast. All this is a sign of good self-esteem. Now, when you have low self-esteem, you will see them put their head down, neck down, look there, they'll put their eyes down, and they'll feel very droopy. And as they walk also, you'll feel very soft or slow walk. They'll be very sloppy. That's all very important. So when you want to develop a good self-esteem, roll up your shoulders, sit here with your back erect, put your face straight. And when you talk to people also, smile and talk with a lot of confidence, look into their eyes and talk. So that means you have a good self-esteem. So as Michelle Obama said, your success will be determined by your own confidence and fortitude. So we need to have the self-confidence, which is very important. And when we want to be successful in life, this self-confidence is what is going to come forward. Now, let me give you some tips of how you can build your self-confidence, right? So the first thing is sit and write down today in a piece of paper, like, what all you have achieved so far. Maybe you're just 5 years of age or 6 years of age, but you can write down, oh, I know how to walk, I know how to talk, I know how to do this, I know I can read spellings, I can look at the clock and tell the time. So look at all what you have achieved. First, you have to understand what all you have done. And then write down also things that you are good at. Now, that could be your strength, your talents. Now, see, not all of us might like to do the same thing. There might be some of us who like drawing, some would like painting, some would like to play some musical instrument. But we need to know what we are good at and what we like doing. Some set goals like they'll say, okay, I got only 60 marks in my exam this time. I'm going to improve myself. Let me see by this half yearly exam if I can get 65% and above. And slowly they will say 70. And then they will say, okay, can I make it 75 now? And then they will say, okay, now 80. And then they would say, okay, let me make it 85. And slowly in another 2-3 years, they will say, okay, now I'm going to get something more than 90, 95. And that is how they set goals and they improvise on themselves. With every exam, they try to move forward. And some set goals and make it happen. So they find out what is the planning they need to do and make it happen. That is also very important. And talk yourself up, which means don't always be a part of a naysayer. Now, what do I mean by naysayer? If anybody is wanting to do something, they'll say, oh, this does not work. This is not my cup of tea. You can't do it. Things like that. So never listen to all that. So when anybody tells you that, you tell yourself, no, I'm going to do it. I can do it. And like that, you have to build yourself and get a hobby. Now, what is a hobby? A hobby is something which is not a part of your curriculum, which is not a part of your everyday schooling. It is something which makes you happy. It makes you like, you feel like, hey, I want to do this. And that's very important. And, you know, that is very important for you to understand. And make a choice to believe in yourself. Make a choice to understand what you need to do. And use positive self-talk. Now, that is also very important. When I mean positive self-talk, I mean to tell you that, you know, you should talk nicely about yourself and give yourself positive visualization. Now, what do you mean by visualization? You can think about it. For example, let's imagine, you know, we are going to a birthday party. Now, your friend has invited you tomorrow evening for a birthday party. Now, what do you think about it? From now onwards, you will say, oh, what dress am I going to wear? What gift am I going to give her? What will be there in the, in the birthday party? What nice goodies I'll get to eat? What is the return gift I will get? How happy I will feel when I go there? How happy my friend will feel when she sees me? See, these are the things when you're thinking for a birthday party. Similarly, you can do that for anything. Imagine it's an exam. How will it be when I get so nice marks? And imagine if you're going to do a running race, you can say, imagine how wonderful it will be if I'm, going to win the running race. And how will it, affect my life? And maybe I'm going to take a sports as my career. And how am I going to make it happen? And things like that. So you should be able to have some positive kind of a mindset to look into that. And when see, sometimes let's take a running race. Now imagine you ran and then you fell down, okay, and then you hurt your knee, and then you had some blood coming out, and you feel like, oh, I'm getting hurt, it's hurting me, and I don't want to do this. And you feel like that, and you feel, oh, maybe I can't do it, right? So when you feel like that, are you thinking that you should quit? Or are you thinking that, no, I want to do it, I will do it, this is a part. Many a times, even when you learn how to cycle, you will fall down, right? It's not that you immediately get into the cycle and you will go forward, right? So when you fall down, are you saying, it's okay, I fell down, but I'm going to learn it, I'm going to do it? Sometimes when children learn skates or skating, they again fall down. So do they give up? Or do you feel like, no, I'm going to move forward, I'm going to make it happen? So that is what you need to understand. And ignore what others are thinking of you or what they are trying to tell you also, because you need to feel that confidence within yourself, and constantly keep acknowledging your positive side, because you feel, no, I will do it, I can do it. That is the kind of feeling you should do. And create a victory log, which means like, what are all your steps that you have achieved to complete that, like I told you, from 60, then 70 and on. So look at this, they'll say, oh, I won't do it, and then I can't do it, I want to do it, how can I do it? I'll try, let me try, and then I can do it, and I will do it, and then I did it. So that is when you feel happy. So now you look at it from can I do it to I can do it. That's a lot of difference. Can I do it sounds like a negative one. There is some kind of self-doubt, but I can do it is a lot more confident, right? So that's the way you look at it. So how do you develop or cultivate this healthy self-esteem? First is you have to love yourself. So you love yourself. You say, I love you. Looking so nice. You can do it. I know you can. And you need to say things like that. And think of yourself as a good friend. You be your best friend first. And start writing a gratitude journal. From today, all the children, I want you to keep a notebook and start writing something nice about today. Whatever you felt very nice about today, you write it down. You want to write 1, 2, 3, as many as possible. I leave it to you. But always write down what was good about today before you go to bed. And then you will understand there are so many things that you can be thankful to God for. Just for example, you can say, oh God, thank you for giving me this beautiful day. Thank you for making me a part of Inspiring Young Minds. Thank you for being able to help me out with my studies, or help me out with my work, or anything of that sort. So that's very important. And keep saying about that, and learn how to accept a compliment. When somebody says, oh, you've drawn well, or you've done your homework well, or your handwriting is neat, you should be very, you should learn how to say, oh, thank you. Yes, I worked a lot on that. And when you are getting compliments, you should also be in a position to give others compliments. So when you feel somebody has done a good job, don't have any jealousy in you. Tell them, oh, this is beautiful. Mama, you cooked very well today. I love the dishes. When a Papa comes home, you can say, Papa, thank you so much for doing this for me. And, I love the dress you bought for me. Anything of that sort, right? So you should learn how to appreciate people and give others compliments too. And always have a feel that, oh, I am the best. I am good. I love myself. And I am is a very good word to start any sentence. Like, I am blessed, I am unique, I am strong, I am good, I am healthy. So many things you can say, right? And next is self-confidence is a superpower. So once you start to believe in yourself, magic starts to happen, and you will be able to achieve a success much better. Now let's see how you can build up your self-confidence. So first thing is stop criticizing. So you can stop criticizing everybody, yourself and others around you. Think positive and speak positive, and always put yourself first, in the sense like, whenever something happens, you put yourself first and see how best you can make a change, and identify what you need versus what you want. Now, this is very important, because when you when you go to a shop, you will need to buy, you'll see everything and you like everything and you will feel like you want everything. But then when you come back home, you will say, Mama, I just needed a brush, or I just needed a pencil. So you should know what you need and what you want. So that's very important. And look for the good. Always look for the good in your friends, in people around you, and quit focusing on looking at the weaknesses, like, always complaining, like, see that girl is always always pushing me and that and this, always in the complaint mode. So never be like that. So quit on thinking about all those weaknesses. Take risks, my dear children. Take risks because it's very important. And don't forget your rights. Whenever you feel like saying something, you can do that. And practice saying no. Practice saying no. And when something is something wrong, so say no about it and do the things you enjoy. And that's very important. And stop comparing yourselves with others. That's also very important. And that is very, very, very important. Okay, stop comparing yourself with anybody around. So what are the signs of healthy self-esteem and low self-esteem? So healthy self-esteem is sometimes when you can laugh at yourself, you know your strength, you know your weakness, and you're able to express your needs. When you need some help, you're saying, oh, I need some help, Papa, can you help me with my homework? So that's a good feeling of self-esteem, and you must be able to say no also. And what are low self-esteem? When somebody is giving you a compliment, you're not accepting it. The belief that others are better than you, that's hurting you. Fear of failure, it's not going to work, that's not happening, it's not working, all that. So let's see what is high self-esteem and low self-esteem. So high self-esteem means, you know, you're doing something and you know it is right, and even if others criticize you or make fun of you, you're okay with that. And low self-esteem means your behavior is based on what others think. So whatever others is thinking, you're trying to tell that. And self-confidence means like being willing to take risks and do a little extra mile. Suppose if your mom says do this and study this, and come, you're doing it and you're doing it faster, and you want to achieve better things in life. And your low self-confidence means you're staying in your comfort zone, you're fearing failure, so you avoid taking risks, right? Self-confidence means if there is something happen, like suppose you just dropped water or milk on the floor and mama is asking you, what have you done? So you're admitting your mistake. You're not telling, oh, I didn't do, she did, my sister did, my brother did. You're not putting a blame on others. If you have done the job, you're admitting it, right? And learning from it. And low self-confidence means you're working very hard to cover up your mistakes. You know, you don't want anybody to scream at you and tell you anything, and you're trying to fix your problems. So that's not the right way. And self-confidence means waiting for others to congratulate you. So when others congratulate you, you feel very nice about it. And low self-esteem means like, you know, whenever anybody is trying to tell you anything, you're like, no, not that way, this way. You're not trying to be very straight with them, right? And self-confident means you're accepting compliments graciously. You're saying, thank you, I really worked hard on it, and I'm pleased that you recognize my efforts. And low self-esteem means, oh, that was nothing, I didn't do that well, and not that great, and things like that. So you're not accepting those compliments, you're dismissing it, right? So what can ruin your self-confidence? When your parents are not complimenting you, or your teachers are not complimenting you, and they're feeling very critical about you. Poor academic performance in school, so everybody is screaming at you. And stressful life, or you lost your friend, or you changed schools, you don't have good friends now. Things like that could ruin your self-confidence. So whenever you feel like I can't do it, just remove that T and say I can do it. Make it more confident with that, right? And confidence helps us feel ready for life's experience. And when we are confident, we look at opportunities, and then we want to move forward in life. So it's the opposite of feeling very low. Some people feel very sad always, and they keep complaining, they keep whining. They say, oh, it's rainy, oh, it's sunny. Everything is a problem for them, right? So when it's sunny, you can say, oh God, it's so beautiful. God, the sun has come out, and I'm getting my vitamin D. And if it's raining, you can say, oh, wow, it's so beautiful. The climate is so very nice. So you can say things like that. And people who are low on confidence are always, not ready to try new things. So many a times you will see some children, they'll say, okay, this is holiday time, so let me learn something. Let me learn a new language, or let me learn some new art, or let me get into some new hobby, or let me get into some new sports. So, they try to tell out, and they try to reach out to people to get that. But what are the benefits of self-confidence? You're being at your best, and it's very important because you're trying to motivate yourself and motivate others. You have a personal power. You feel, yay, I can do it. You are positive, helping others, being positive. You feel very valued. You are trying to move on the top of the ladder of your life, and this is also makes you feel very important, right? And what are the other ways to improve your low self-esteem? You can recognize where you're good, and you can actually get into a lot of things. Some children are very good at analytical puzzling, and they like to do Sudoku, they like to do puzzles. So you need to find out which one you're good at, and they build positive relationship. Even with their friend is down, they'll say, oh, no problem, I'm there for you. We'll do it together, and things like that. And be very kind to yourself. In fact, we started Inspiring Young Minds with the first topic on kindness, right? So you need to be kind with yourself, and you need to be kind with others, and learn to be assertive, which means whatever you want to say, you say it very nicely, and don't be very stubborn. Start saying no and give yourself a challenge. Get up in the morning and exercise. And as I told you, brushing twice daily, all these things, if you've not followed yet, you can start doing that and start doing it regularly. It's not like one day you do and the other day you don't do, right? Now, what are some common signs of low self-esteem? So when you have low self-esteem, children are, they feel very low. They don't have control. Everybody is screaming at them. Everybody is telling something. And there is a kind of a comparison. See, your elder brother is studying well. You are not studying well. Things like that. And it's always like, you feel that you're not worth it, or you feel very in self-doubt. Everybody does not like me, everybody hates me, and people are always angry with me, and things like that. And there's always a negative self-talk, and always a fear of failure. What is the fear of failure? That whatever you can do a work, you will always think somebody can do it better than you, and you're not going to win it. So that's always a constant feel like that. So, my dear children, always remember, go confidently in the direction of your dreams. Whatever you want to become, you write it down, you work hard for it, and you can make all your dreams come true and live your life you've imagined. And that's very important. Always feel like a superhero, like this child in this picture is. So, you always feel like you are the hero, you are a superhero, and you're going to make it happen. Like you have the Superman, Superwoman, you also have a super child, right? And that's why at Inspiring Young Minds, we always try to make things better for our children. You can follow us at YouTube at Team Red Rockstars, Dr. Vidya Smile Dental Clinic. And I want you to share your victory story of self-confidence. And don't forget, next 2 weeks is going to be function. So send in your entries, and also about your toy drive pictures. Very important. And Savita auntie and me, we're working very hard to make things very nice for you. So join us soon, and I'm going to wait to see all of you on the other side. So yes, wonderful, wonderful. So tell me, children, wow, lovely to see all of you now. So tell me, how do you feel about learning about self-confidence? Yes, Devna, give me a second. Let me pin you. Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes, yes, Devna. Yes.
So after the session today, I felt really positive, and I had more confidence, and I will definitely follow more tips that you gave me. You gave us, and I'm going to build up my self-confidence from now on. And about the gratitude journal, we have a gratitude jar. So we have a piece of paper and a pen next to it. So whenever we feel gratitude for something, we write it down, we put it in the jar, and at the end of the week on Sunday, we open it and then we read out all the gratitude things that we wrote in. So I will also follow the gratitude journal. Thank you very much. You spoke very well. The session was very nice. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Devnath. So it means so much. When you tell me this, it really makes me feel like I put in so much of effort, and I feel nice about it. Thank you. Okay. So anybody else?
Today's session was really nice, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Mehak. Let me add you, and yes, Mehak.
And today I've learned more about positive thinking, and also I've improved my hobbies as you told. And now I'll be positive from now on. And also even I have faced a lot of fail in as you told in cycling that was the most difficult task to do. But now after a few weeks I have practiced it so nice.
Exactly. I have also fallen down from a cycle. I've got hurt on my knees. I felt very bad. I started crying when I was a child. And then, I love cycling now. I even go cycling now also. So it feels very nice, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Very good, Mehak. Very good, very good.
Thank you, ma'am. Even it was an awesome session, ma'am. I loved it so much.
Thank you so much, baby. I loved making it for you. And yes, when I hear Devna, Mehak, and all speak, I feel very nice. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, ma'am.
Thank you, dear. Okay, so now I can see Adra. I can see you put your hand up. So give me a second. Yes, Adra.
The session was very good, ma'am.
Thank you, baby. Thank you so much. Can you move a little back? I can only see one part of your face. Yes. Lovely, lovely. You're wearing one of my favorite colors. That's lavender color, violet. And I got a lot of entries from you, Adara. You've done such good work.
Yes, ma'am.
Very, very, very nice. Very, very nice.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, dear. Thank you so much. Okay. So, yes, Chitra ma'am.
Ma'am, nice to see you again.
Thank you so much.
Now I am also a kid. Join your session.
Always welcome. Always welcome. I mean, we are all children.
Yeah. Wonderful speech about self-confidence.
Thank you so much.
Now I'm very confident about my upcoming days because you know my issue. I overcame from that. Now I feel very good and positive and energetic.
Awesome. Awesome.
Thank
Lovely.
you. This is not only for children, for me too. This session was very useful and worthful, ma'am.
Thank you so much. That's true. I always feel it's good for all of us to learn, but very few of us admit and, work on it. That's all.
Yes. I'm always follow you.
So sweet.
You and your sessions and your guidance and your speech, whatever you say, I'll follow.
So sweet. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And my hearty wishes to the children's.
Surely, we all need your blessings. Next week, I want you to come and bless the children. You will see their performance, and they have done some amazing work, and you're going to see all of them next week.
Definitely, I'll come, dear.
It's a celebration week, Children's Day, right? And we're going to have Children's Day with children. That's the most important thing.
We are all children only.
So join us next Saturday. Definitely.
Okay, definitely, dear. Hi, children. I'm very happy to join with you all in this session. Wonderful session, dears.
Thank you so much.
Hi,
Thank you.
dear.
Hi,
Nice
ma'am.
to meet you all.
Lovely, lovely.
Love you, dear.
Love you.
Love
So
you. Bye.
thank you so much. And any other person who wants to say? Otherwise, we're coming to the end of today's session. I would encourage all of you to definitely get ready and send in your entries. And waiting to see all of you next Saturday at 6:20 for an amazing, fun-loving session. And we're going to have a lot of fun, a lot of things. So invite all your friends also, because once they see you doing all this, they'll be very happy to also join you. Okay? Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much, Shantakumari ma'am. Thank you. Thank you so much. I love to, read your chat. You've said, thank you, ma'am. This session is not only for the children, it's for all of us too. And thank you so much. Truly, each of the sessions
Thank
are
you,
for
ma'am.
all of us. Thank you, dear. Thank you. Thank you, Judeline, for saying amazing session. Thank you. Truly, it's for all of us. So if you missed any session, you can always go back to the YouTube channel, subscribe to it, and definitely have a read go through. And when I look into the videos, I feel we've shared some amazing information. So it'll be very useful for all of us. Take care and have a
Thank you,
wonderful
ma'am.
weekend.
Bye, ma'am.
Bye, dear. Thank you.